Hey, I'm Navy Thomas 8. I'm a biker and a motovlogger, and I'm helping other bikers and motovloggers. Okay. Sorry about this, but I forgot who asked me the question, but somebody asked me a question about starting out with a GoPro and what to buy right off the bat. I'm on my 8th GoPro right now, and I've built up quite a collection of bits and bobs to be able to do what I want to do. Your flat mounts, like I have right here, this is on my fork stabilizer. I always have to clean that out before I can use it. That would be one. And they've got these small bar mounts that you can mount for a different angle. Now that's going to take a couple more of the little sections, and I'm going to show you those in a little bit to get that mount to work. As far as the bike, this is my RAM mount, and I use a tripod mount for a GoPro, and that goes right there. I can also take it off there and move it to here. I've also mounted on my bar with the large one, and I'll show you that. And that's pretty much everything I have on the bike currently mounted. Those stay on there pretty much all the time. Now what you do to make this cheaper is you go in and out of Best Buy, if you have a Best Buy, because every once in a while they'll have these bags. These are all curved adhesive mounts. I think I paid $6 for those. This is flat and curved. These were on sale. This is the large pipe mount that'll go on the handlebars. This is the bits and bobs that I'm talking about. You'll get a few of those, and then you can get the grab bag full of mounts, and it'll give you, I think, 2 or 3 more. This J-hook works really well in certain applications, like here on the side of this helmet. I just mount the GoPro right there if I want, or I can use the standard top one. This is what the white piece is for, so you don't get that clicking noise in your video. Where is it? This is the tripod mount. This one I have modified by cutting one off, and that's for a certain application. I have to use a nut and bolt for that. Yeah, on these curve mounts, that little white, this thing will not work on those. The other thing I wanted to tell you, if I can find it, oh, here it is. This is a Garmin curved mount, and the curve on it is quite a bit more got quite a bit more curve than the flat mount or the curved mount on the GoPro. But if you go this route, you will have to buy the Garmin adapter so you can hook your GoPro into it. This is a drift mount that'll go on a handlebar or whatever. Anyway, let me show you something else. This is called a GoPro. That's not a GoPro item. Now the thing is, if you have one of these dual sport style helmets, you can't just stick a flat mount up here because it doesn't work. So the way I solved it is I put a curved mount back here, ran the GoPro up, I wire tied it to the front of the helmet. I'm using a dead cat swivel up here so I can turn it on the fly. And yes, I have a curved mount over here on this side, which is that setup. This is my winter helmet. I've got a curved mount over here on this side, so I can run 2 cameras up there. I can run another one here, and I can run my Sony Action Cam up here. So in effect, I can run 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras at a time. And I can still mount a drift camera mount somewhere on here. I had it figured out. The problem is if you can't get forward far enough, then you're going to end up getting half your helmet in the view, and that's a personal thing. I despise that. Now for your pole mounts, you can set up things like this where I can put a camera there, and that mount is out there on the bike, and I can mount it here, and I can do that floating head camera. Depending upon, this is a modular helmet, depending upon where your flip up is, you can mount here. I've got a drift mount here. So basically, to start with, I would try and buy the Motorsport edition of the GoPro, which I'm telling you, it will come with this. Do not trust these suction cups unless you have it tethered. And if you don't believe me, go to RollPal, ROLPAL 619's channel, and he was shooting 3D, and it blew off and he lost both cameras. Luckily he got him, the guy got a hold of his daughter, and his daughter did the research through GoPro, and they looked him up by serial number, and he was able to get those back. This is the head strap mount. I find no use for it right now. There's a couple other guys. I think Bandit Nev uses the chesty mount. It's an alright view, but I try to capture the full 170-degree range of the wide angle. So I always go to the top of the helmet. Yeah, I look like a Teletubby, but I don't really care about that. But yeah, over 8 GoPros, this is how I've built all this stuff up. Oh, another thing on these, if you can see through this bag, this is a straight-on adapter. This is a 90-degree that bolts in this way, and then it rotates this for your camera mount. That's a 90-degree mount. So yeah, that's first thing to do is get the camera. It'll come with what it comes with, and then you can start progressing from there. There are no 45-degree GoPro mounts that turn the camera 45 degrees. It's either 360 or 90s. And like I said, these clamper things for the pipes are really nice, but most important, if you use this, you better have it tethered because it's gonna come off. So that's my GoPro introduction. Here's a straight, here's a 90. So that's pretty much how that works. Because if I had another straight on there, the camera would point that direction instead of to the front or rear. But it's taken me a long time to build up the amount of stuff that I have for GoPros. And like I said, I've owned 8 of them in my time on YouTube. And I've tried just about every single camera that's out there. And my primaries are the GoPros. I've been trying to utilize the Garmin, but until they come out with a firmware update, it's not going to do what I want it to do. So that's kind of set on the back burner until they update the firmware. Sorry, I can't remember who asked this question, but this is a biker and a motovlogger helping other bikers and motovloggers. Have a nice day. Hope it helps. One more thing. Let's talk about microphones. Yeah, I'll probably piss a couple people off here, but this is just my opinion. I use the Sony ECM CS10s that you can only buy on Amazon and eBay. They have a nylon coated covering over the wire and they're virtually indestructible. Yeah, you can go out and buy these $2 and $3 microphones on eBay that come from China, and yes, they'll work. But in my honest opinion, you have a $400 camera, why would you scrimp on a microphone? I just... Sorry to piss anybody off about your cheap microphones, but that's how I feel. And then the other thing I've got is a Bluetooth mic setup from Sony. I think it's the ECM AW3. Don't quote me on it. That's only available on eBay and Amazon, and that really works well for me being outside. I'm not using it today because we don't have that much wind, I hope. And those are fairly cheap. I think when they started out, they were a couple $100 for those Bluetooth mics. But to actually use them in the helmet, no, you're not going to do that. But for doing my On the Porch series, stuff like that, it works fantastic. So, alright, just to let you know, I think I covered everything. Any more questions, just PM me or put a question in the comments and I'll answer it. Alright, one last thing. My GoPros always get used in the case, okay? This is how you do the modification. You drill that out and then you build up silicone around it so you can plug your microphone into the camera. It's not a perfected thing, but it works. They also sell what is called the frame. Now the frame just goes around the outside of this camera. you are not going to get any lens protection with the frame. Hence, I will not buy one. The Garmin, take those 4 screws off, I can pull that lens out, and I already have a second one to go in there, and the seal. Now let me explain my thinking on this. If you're going to motovlog and you're going to use the frame, you go out here right now. Now they've already swept the streets, but you go out in the spring and you get behind a car or a truck and it starts kicking up sand or gravel or whatever. Sand hits that lens, you are in fact sandblasting glass. And SCRC 401 or the Buckeye Boys have a Hero 960, I do believe. And he's tried fixing his lens. Squeak Bolter actually bought the kit for a silver to replace that lens, so I know it can be done. But for me, I'm not gonna risk a $400 camera outside of this plastic cover, because I can buy this piece to replace. I think it's $20 to $40, I do believe, and I can't remember what the Garmin, how much that ran. But that's my opinion on the frame. I am not wasting any money on that. I mean, it would probably be all right for the head strap thing, but like right now I'm using my Sony AS15 because this thing's just so easy to use, even though the on and off button's a bit of a pain in the ass. But yeah, don't get the frame and think you're going to ride a motorcycle, because all you're going to be doing is setting yourself up for more problems. Keep it in the case. If you want to mic it, there's several videos out. I think I was the first one to ever do it. Cut that hole so you can plug your mic dongle in. That's another thing. That piece right there, you have to get the GoPro one. You can buy the Chinese knockoff ones, but the first time you update that camera, it will kick it out. It will not work. So don't waste your money. Get the GoPro actual mic dongle. Drill your hole, build it up with silicone. Other people have tried the grommet thing. I'm not going through all that headache, because it's going to be basically a round hole with a square peg, because I don't know any square grommets that are going to fit that. So there you have it. Don't buy the frame. Start now. Thanks for watching.